真佛宗美国彩虹雷藏寺除盖藏菩萨护摩大法会开始，与会大众请起立，恭迎真佛宗创办人、无上法王根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛、师母莲香上师、仁波切及上师团，与会大众虔诚合掌，唱诵莲花童子心咒。顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，四平等于其手。请主持人敬献哈达，以表最崇高敬意。 让我们以最热烈的掌声，感恩根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛的赐福。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
This is the Homa fire offering ceremony held here at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington. His Holiness just accepted the offering of Hatha from the primary supplicants for this Homa. We're inviting Sumo, all the Dharma masters, venerables, our distinguished guests and all participants to please take the seats. And now we are inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants for this Homa.
首先，让我们以最热烈的掌声，感恩根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛主坛除盖藏菩萨护摩大法会，也让我们以最热烈的掌声欢迎师父
Offer our utmost gratitude to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Wiskambi Homa fire offering ceremony. We would also like to extend our warmest welcome to all participating masters, venerables, distinguished guests, and all participants. Now the offering of Hatha. Please join your palms with reverence, and we would like to invite Vajra Master Si Lian He to represent all of us. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairukana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lukhana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lianshan. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the Guru mantra, Padma Kumara mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 做四无量观，观想右手边有
Perform the visualization of the four immeasurables, ancestors and relatives from the father's side on your right, from the mother's side on your left, friends and teachers behind you, and enemies and karmic creditors in front of you, and all sentient beings together practicing the Buddha Dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Awakening Mudra. Recite purification mantras and the Earth Deity mantra.
Om Siodori Siodori Siomori Siomori Soha. Om Vajranatang He He Hom. Namo Samanto Motoran Om Dodo Dodo Dai Wei Soha.
Recite invocation mantra.
Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lianshan. Namo White Maha Padma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Viskambi Bodhisattva. The main deity of Homa, Namo Viskambi Bodhisattva. The main deity of Homa, Namo Viskambi Bodhisattva. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jetpan. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Namo True Buddha School 8 Primary Deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 Heavenly Kings. Namo Sama Bodhisattva. Namo Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakanis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter, at the Seattle Lechang Temple, and at the abode at the Southern Mountain. Rainbow Temples, Mountain God, Earth God, Plant God, Wind God, Water God, Heavenly Fire God, Dragon Gods, and all divinities and protectors, as well as the city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full prostration on the ground.
回天
Release
心
the
本也
mudra.
200
Second to all
诸佛
bodhisattvas.
吽 观相
Visualize full prostration on
回
the
天
ground.
心
Release the mudra.
三拜诸佛
Third to
法
all
金刚
Hedukas and Dharma
吽
protectors.
吽观相顶礼
Visualize full prostration
回
on the
天
ground.
心三
Release the
也
mudra.
四平等
Fourth
诸
half
佛
bow.
大曼达供养周间
Great
供养
mandala
手
offering.
观
Form the
想
offering
供养
mudra.
变化无量无边
Visualize
充满虚
transformations
空
of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space.
上供根本传承上师，历代
Make the
传
offering
承
above to the
上师
lineage root guru, all the
南无
lineage
尊
gurus,
在藏
the
菩
main
萨
deity of
十方
Homa,
三世
Namo
一切佛
Viskambi,
一切菩萨
Bodhisattva,
摩诃萨
all
众
Buddhas,
佛普
Bodhisattvas,
天护法
Herukas,
供养
Dhammapalas, Dakinis,
下
and
施六
divinities, and
道
below
众
the all
生
sentient
念
beings.
供养赞及供养咒，
Recite the
舍
offering
利
verse
四
and
周
mantra.
蔽日月，化诸珍宝供养佛，种种珍奇诸功德，消业处处证菩提。Om 萨瓦达他嘎达伊达姆咕噜那那面扎那康迪迪耶达雅密。做四皈依观想，观想根本传承上师。
Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶，南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶，南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。做披甲护身，手结金刚
Armor
合掌
protection,
手
form
念
Vajaklaps
金刚
mudra,
手菩
recite
萨真言
Vajrapani
祈
mantra 7
Om
times.
Body Lanjali, Om 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 Body Lanjali. 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛作诸名
Inviting
加
His
持
Holiness to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lianshan to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the registration forms, Homa cards, and all the offerings with Vajra bell and scepter.
请大家起立，恭敬合掌。恭请法王圣尊
Please stand up and join your palms with reverence. And together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, blessings, magnetization, subjugation, and pardo deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of the main deity of Homa today, Namo Viskambin Bodhisattva.
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
Inviting His Holiness to ascend to the Dharma throne. Inviting Sumo Vajramasa Lianxiang, all the Dharma masters, all the venerables, our distinguished guests, and all participants to please be seated.
Masala Masala Masala
加持八大本尊心咒及念佛。
He said that mantras of eight principal deities and Incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Vanamo Linto Ling Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samo Ye Soha. Om Zeli Zuli Zunti Soha. Om Jambara Chalang Chala Ye Soha. Om Ah Hom Beta Guru Pema Siti Hom Se. Om Ah Hom Guru Pe Ah He Sasamaha Lian Sheng Siti Hom. 迪亚塔 Om 贝卡吉亚贝卡吉亚玛哈贝卡吉亚拉扎萨摩卡特黑索哈。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家起念请佛注释。
Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions of the Buddha lands as numerous as grains of sand, all Bodhisattvas here full of compassion toward all beings, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. 3 jewels eminent wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead they stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. My dedication, may all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, reaping fourfold generosity from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. True Buddha's school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the symbol of the bright, clear radiance, the main deity of Homa, Namo Uskami Bodhisattva, to protect our lineage root Guru, to be able to subjugate all karmic transgressions, afflictions, and calamities. May he be endowed with good health, longevity, to live with great self-mastery to turn the Dharma wheel. Let's pay homage to the 8 great Bodhisattvas. Namo Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva. Namo Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. Namo Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. Namo Maitreya Bodhisattva. Namo Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. Namo Vajrapani Bodhisattva. Namo Viskambin Bodhisattva. Homage to Sarva Nivarana Viscambin Bodhisattva. We pray wholeheartedly to Viscambi Bodhisattva, the Vajra who eradicate afflictions and negative emotions, to please protect all spiritual cultivators. Please guide the Bartu spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha land. Please eradicate all obscuration, hindrances, afflictions, self-attachments, attachments to self and ego. And please bless us to eradicate our karmic sicknesses. Please bestow good health, all wishes fulfilled, calamities transformed to auspiciousness, and strong commitment in spiritual cultivation. May we be endowed with ample resources and complete wisdom and perfect harmony. We pray to Viscambin Bodhisattva of the Vajradhatu Mandala at the Viscambin court, the great Bodhisattva, to please bless all participants. So that all spiritual cultivators can emit their bright radiance and all afflictions can be completely eradicated, all obscurations completely eradicated, all karmic transgressions completely eradicated. May all greed, anger, delusion, doubt, pride can be eradicated to become clear light radiance. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the main deity of Homa, Viscambin Bodhisattva, the Vajra who eradicate afflictions. Please bless us so that we can eradicate all afflictions, obscurations, karmic transgressions, attachments to self, so that we can have attainments. May all be auspicious. Homage to the main deity of Homa, Viscambin Bodhisattva, the Vajra who eradicates afflictions, and gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May all obstructions and hindrances disappear, enemies and enmities disappear.
共念3
We
遍
say
百
100
字明
syllable
咒
mantra 3 times.
Om Pecha Sato Samaya Malupanaya Pecha Sato Tenu Padicha Jojo Me Pawa Soto Kayo Me Pawa Sopo Kayo Me Pawa Anurato Me Pawa Shawa Hasiti Mempuraya Cha Shawa Kama Sutta Me Chitamu Sini Ren Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pecha Mami Mancha Pecha Pawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Pecha Sato Samaya Malupanaya Pecha Sato Teru Padicha Jojo Me Pawa Soto Kayo Me Pawa Sopo Kayo Me Pawa Anurato Me Pawa Shawa Hasidi Memburaya Cha Shawa Kama Sutta Me Chitamu Siniyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pecha Mami Mancha Pecha Pawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei Om Pecha Sato Samaya Malupanaya Pecha Sato Tenu Padicha Jojo Me Pawa Soto Kayo Me Pawa Sopo Kayo Me Pawa Anurato Me Pawa Shawa Hasidi Memburaya Cha Shawa Kama Sutta Me Chitamu Siniyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Pecha Mami Mancha Pecha Pawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pei 做观想大礼拜，以拜根本传承上师及
Okay, home
十
is
方
choosing
三世一
recitation
切
for
诸
Sudut
佛
Guru and all
嗡
Buddhas.
啊吽观想顶礼，
Visualize for position on the ground.
回天心
Release
善
the
意，
mudra. Second to all bodhisattvas.
二拜诸菩萨，嗡啊吽观想顶礼，
Visualize for
回天
position
心
on the
善
ground.
意，
Release the
三拜
mudra.
诸护法
Third to all
金刚，
Hedukas
嗡
and Dharma
啊
protectors.
吽观想顶礼，
Visualize for position on the
回
ground.
天
Release
心
the
善意
mudra.，Fourth
四
half
平
bow.
等一起手，念圆满咒。Om Bring Om Bring Om Bring Om Mani Padme Hum。让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛，主坛除盖藏菩
Let's
萨护摩
give the
大法
greatest
会。
round of applause to our lineage root guru for
请大
presiding
家
over
恭
this
敬合
Wisconsin
掌，恭请
Bodhisattva
法
Homa
王圣
fire
尊
offering
莲生
ceremony.
活佛做
Let us
宝贵
now
的法语开示。
join our palms with the greatest reference, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, at the Vajradhatu Mandala, at the Wisconsin court, the main deity there, the Wisconsin Bodhisattva, the Vajra who eradicate afflictions. Sumu, Tutan Siddhi, Tanzan Gatso, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are Taipei Rep to Sweden and Norway, Ambassador Tongzhou Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy.
中国中委会会计师特丽莎师姐 and husband。生活波业账执行长
Accountant to Jupiter Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband.
师姐。
And the CEO of the tbboye.org, Dharma Sister
台湾雷藏寺
Jennifer
公关主任王之祖师兄。
and the PR director of the Taiwan Lezang Temple, Dharma Brother Fermi Wang, Dr. Zhou Heng,
张新丽医师
and Dr. Zhang Xinli,
苏国英师姐。
and Dharma Sister Su Guoyin.
大家午安，大家好。
Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
大家午安，大家好。你好，大家好。今天现在通知大家。
Today, I would like to
下个礼拜天
announce for next
2
Sunday,
月16号
on February
下
16th,
午3点 PM
Sunday at 3 p.m.,
刚手菩萨
there will be
护摩
Vajrapani
法会，
Bodhisattva Homa fire offering ceremony. Vajrapani or Vajrahan Bodhisattva.
大家都知道金刚手菩萨
We all know that
是
Vajrapani
在
Bodhisattva,
讲金刚手菩萨的时候，
when the Buddha spoke on the Vajrapani Bodhisattva, he appeared behind the Buddha.
释迦牟尼佛曾经这样子讲，
And Sakyamuni Buddha
你
once
只
said,
要是修行的正行正念的行为，
if you are a spiritual cultivator with the
金
correct
刚手菩萨，
or the
真
right
金刚手菩萨。
thought and right action, then
那金
you
刚
would
手
have
菩萨
Vajrapani Bodhisattva
也
behind
是
you.
最强最有力的
And Vajrapani Bodhisattva is the strongest and greatest protector,
那也就是三根
the
本当中的
most
其中
powerful
一个
protector.
一个根本。
And he's one of the three reliances of Tantrayana, or three roots. Oh no, it's not three roots, it's
那
three
应该叫三
reliances.
孤主。所谓三孤主，就是说
And the
我们
three
依这个
tantric reliances are
智慧的
we rely
释利菩萨，另外就是
for wisdom, we rely on Manjushri Bodhisattva.
另外就是
And
金刚手菩萨。
there's Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva and Vajrapani Bodhisattva. They are the
这
three
身非常重要
tantric reliances.
大法力的，
And this deity is extremely important. He has
不
great
用
Dharma
报名
power.
出席
It's okay if you don't register to be the
不
primary
用报名
supplicant.
出席呢，你就少来一个孤主。
Then you would be lacking
你有
one reliance.
慈悲，有智慧，
You may
但是
have
没有
compassion and wisdom,
啊
but without
没有
Dharma
法
power
也没有护法帮助
and
你，
no protector
它
helping
是
you,
代表法力。
because Vajrapani Bodhisattva
所以你做
represents
任何一个
Dharma
事业
power.
都是要有法
Whatever
力
work that you do, you
光
need
有
the
智慧
Dharma power. With only
方
wisdom,
单单只有智慧的话，
say if you only have wisdom, wisdom is intangible.
那么单单有慈悲跟智慧
And with only compassion
已经很不错了。但是
and
你要
with
做
wisdom, they're already
这个
pretty
佛
good.
法的事业一定要有法力。
But in order to
第一个可以使
perform a Buddha work or
第
Dharma
二个
work,
也
you
能够
need
把这
Dharma
个
power. First of all, to protect yourself,
把
and
这个佛法
secondly,
用你的法力这个弘扬出去，
you can propagate the Buddha
是非常
Dharma
重要的。
using your Dharma power.
所
So
以
this is
这
very
这
important.
个主祈还是非常重要的。
So being primary supplicant for this
这在
deity is
密
still
教里面
extremely
就属于
important.
三姑主三姑主。
So in Tantrayana, they are the three reliances.
那我们今天这个是讲这个修除盖章菩萨的附魔，除盖章。
Today we perform the Homa of Sarvanivarana Viskambin
这个叫八大
Bodhisattva.
菩萨，
He also has
成为
great
其中
Dharma
的一种。
power. He's
是
one of
除盖
the
章菩萨，
Buddhist 8
是观
great
世音菩萨，
bodhisattvas.
文殊师利菩萨，
Avalokitesvara
普贤
Bodhisattva,
菩萨，
Manjushri
地
Bodhisattva,
藏王菩萨，
Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, Maitreya Bodhisattva,
虚空藏菩萨，
Akasagarbha Bodhisattva,
再来金刚手菩萨，
Vajrapani
再来是除盖
Bodhisattva,
章菩萨。
and
这
Viskambin
八大
Bodhisattva.
菩萨由来呢，是当初的时候，
The
八
origin of these
大
8 great
菩萨
bodhisattvas were these
都成
8
就非常大，
bodhisattvas were
所以就在佛
cultivating
教里面
spiritually at the same period and had great attainments. So they are referred as the 8 great bodhisattvas.
是离恼金刚。我刚才
And his secret
除烦
name
恼金刚，除烦恼金刚，
is the Vajra who
除
eliminate
烦恼金刚就是
afflictions
离恼金刚。什么
or
叫离恼金刚？
away
离开烦恼
from
的金刚，
afflictions.
离开烦恼。
Vajra who is
那么修这一尊
apart
呢，
from the
可以
afflictions.
离
By
开
practicing
一
this
切的
deity, we can abandon all of our afflictions.
我记得以前我的师父跟我讲，
I remember my guru
我
told
们其
me
实有烦恼是因为无明。
we have afflictions because of our ignorance.
那么什么是最大的无明呢？
And what is the greatest ignorance?
也就是说，
The worst
你所
ignorance
看见的有形世界，你
is
执着为
that
有。
whatever that
对于看
is
不见的
tangible
世界，
tangible
你都
in
给它
this
否定掉
world,
那个都是
you think
不存在
only the physical world exists and the world that you
那你
cannot
看到的
see
就是只有
does not
只有娑婆
exist.
世界，
So all that you could see is everything in this
那
Saha
还有
world.
另外的世界，
You don't know that there
但是
are
我就
other
讲
worlds.
这个就是
So
最
my
大的
guru
无
said,
明。
this is the worst kind of
这
ignorance.
个无明啊，如果你执着这一种无明，
So if you
那
are
么你就
attached to
不
this
能够
kind of
出离
ignorance,
娑婆世界，
then you would never
也
abandon
就
this
是不
Saha
能
world.
出离
You
如
will not be able to renunciate or
那是不
renounce
讲，就是
the
最
Saha world or the rebirth
执
cycle.
着有这个娑婆世界
That's what the
所看
guru
不见
said.
其实我们看不见的，
So if you attach to the
还是
Saha
有
world,
很多的世界。
actually there are still many worlds that we cannot
我
see,
们现在很多人
many
戴口
realms that we cannot see.
还是有很多人
Now we still have many people wearing
法
masks.
师在戴口罩，在家
Mostly
很少。
are the
法师的
monastic
法师
people,
比较怕死，
the lay people. Not very many lay people wear the face mask, so
在家
the
居士没有戴口罩的很多。
Sangha members are more afraid of
戴口
death.
罩这边的法师好多戴口罩的。
There are many of them wearing masks over here.
这个你看不见的世界，像细菌的世界，你就看不到。
The world that you cannot see is like
像
the
病
world
毒
of
的世界，
the
你也看不到。
bacteria and virus.
所以真的要消除这个细菌，消除这些病毒，真的是
So
你
to
看不见的敌
eradicate the
人，
bacteria and virus is
还
very
可以设
difficult.
法把它消除掉。
So enemies that you can see, you can
只能用
still
熨斗。
try to eliminate.
什么
But
叫做
things that you
熨斗？
cannot
抖起
see,
来，
all you can do is to hide from it.
把门窗全部关起来，
Close all the
人封
doors
闭
and
在里面。
windows, and you isolate yourself
经过一
inside,
段时间以后，觉得已经没有
quarantine
细菌了，
yourself.
你再出来。
And then
现在
when
的做法就
you
是这样，
feel that the germs are subsiding,
像
then
这些
you
病毒，
get out.
你只有自己把这个封起
So
来，
that's
不要
what the
让病毒进
situation
来。
is now.
病毒在外面以
So
后，
with the virus,
等它流浪
you
久了，它就找不到这
you
个
isolate
生的
yourself, and the
地方，
virus are
病
outside
毒它就死了，
floating around,
那个
and
时候
they
就
don't
灭
have
族了。
place
就是这样
to
子。现在目前的做法也是这样
to
子
be
吧。
parasite of,
把
and
大
then
家
they
想象
die.
就是这样，
That's
像
what
这个
they're trying
轰
to
绳
do
啊，
now, right?
轰市啊，几个city 轰起来，几个省轰起来，
So
就是让病毒不要让病毒进来，
closing off some cities, some
在外面
counties,
把病毒排除
some
在外面，
buildings, some
让那个病毒
is
全部
to
死光了，
leave the virus
没有病
out
毒了，
until all the virus die. Then the
病毒是
problem
无
is
形的，
solved. But the virus is intangible,
但是它只
it's
要没有寄生
invisible.
的可以寄生的地方，它就会死掉。
So when they don't have any place to be a parasite of,
所以这个
then
也
they
是
would die.
只有用隔离的方法，我们看不到病毒，看不到细菌。你说
So all we can do is
就只有
like when we
只有隔
cannot
离了，
uh,
隔离的一个方法。
see the bacteria and the virus, all we can do is to
很多
quarantine
物质的
ourselves.
世界我们都是看不到。
There are many things,
譬如说那个
intangible worlds that we cannot see, like the ghost.
确实有
You cannot see, but they do exist.
我前几天晚上啊，
A few nights ago,
我去我家的客厅，
I went to my own
在我
living
家的
room,
客厅，然后本来我们家里有2只孔雀，在客厅有2只是铁的。
In our living room, we have 2 peacocks made of iron.
孔雀是你摆的嘛？
Did you
你
place
给它
them
摆
there?
这个铁的
Yeah.
孔雀，你给它摆在后门的地方。
At the back
后
door,
门一个很大的这个棚景的旁边。
next to a
那我
huge
关灯的时候， 我就看到
plant
我们家的2只
planter
孔雀，
pot,
有一只离开它的这个
and one of these
它的位
peacocks
置，跑到
move
这个
position
家的后门几乎要开门出去了。
to the back door. It's almost opening the door to
那我就
leave.
关灯，关后面的。
As I was turning off the
我在
lights,
关灯的时候，我就跟孔雀讲话。
and when I was switching off the light, I told the
乖
peacock,
乖的在那里，你跑到这个。
You should stay where you were. Why are you coming here to the door?
能听到说
Go back.
你要吓死我吗？
And Simu heard it and said, Are you trying to scare me?
你要吓死我吗？你在跟谁讲话？
Whom are you
我
talking
说我在
to?
跟孔雀讲话。
I was talking to the peacock.
在跟无形的讲话，你自己要走回去。
I told the intangible you should move back by yourself. How could you leave by yourself? And the other peacock is staying. So I said there are many things that move around in my house. It was at a certain place and it moved by itself. So they do exist. I've said it. I went to our laundry room. We have two of them. One is on the tiger side that's being used often. And on my side, next to my bedroom, there's another laundry room that's never used before. But I used it to change water for offering to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And behind the altar, it was the laundry room or the washing machine. So every time I entered into the laundry room to change the water offering, all the cabinets inside that room would tremble. I didn't touch it, but it would they all shake or vibrate. Many ghosts love to hide in there. And when I get in, I didn't snap your fingers, which is to tell them that I'm coming. You should move aside. If I snap your fingers first, then they would move away. But without snapping my fingers, I just walked in, and they immediately had to run away to under the sink, to the washing machine, to the cabinets. So it was quite a mess. So it all vibrated. I'm used to it. I will not bother them. Or when I walk to the exercise room, and after waking up, I want to check myself in the mirror. Then I would walk into my exercise room. There are mirrors all around. Mirrors. And I look at myself in the mirror. And as soon the bicycles, the massage chair, and the weights, and all the equipments would make sound. It would be very scary. Like if it's for Hui Qin, wow, so loud, and her legs would weaken and then she would fall to the ground like a treasure. You're not using the equipment, you're just looking at yourself in the mirror. And then the massage chair, the equipments would make sound. And I turned my head and told them, be quiet. Just be obedient. If you're nice and obedient, then I'll give you a lollipop. I am used to this kind of things at home. So they do exist. So don't just think that there's the human world only. When I study the Dharma, I knew that they do exist. When I joined my palms, the intangibles came and they lift my leg, one of my legs. And when I found it's too long, I was standing on one leg. Cannot be for too long, right? But they lifted for a long time and I wanted to put my leg down, but I could not. The leg was being held up. I couldn't put it down. So at that time, I really felt in my heart that this kind of intangible power does exist. And they told me that from now on you have to believe there are many intangibles. So in our Buddhist Sutra, it was written that when Sakyamuni Buddha was giving a teaching, the ones who came listening, some of them were humans and non-humans. It's often written in the sutra. And when the Buddha was giving Dharma teaching, he went that the audience were the devas, devis, the heavenly beings, and the heavenly dragons, and also humans and non-humans. So they do exist. Don't think that because you cannot see, they do not exist. So the thing that left the deepest impression on me is when they lift my leg, I could not put it down. When they lifted my leg. So this is quite mystical. So like our souls, they do exist. And the realms of gods, of the heavenly realms, and the fourth sagely realms. And these are not superstitious. So my guru told me that the greatest superstition or delusion is you just think whatever that you can see, only what you can see can exist. And then things that you cannot see do not exist. That would be the worst kind of ignorance. So the most important purpose of our spiritual cultivation is to break apart our ignorance, to destroy our ignorance. And we also need to eliminate our own habitual tendencies, such as greed, anger, delusion, doubt, and pride. These are habitual tendencies of human beings. And you also need to destroy our ego, our attachment to self. That Buddhist philosophy is about the philosophy of no self, that all sentient beings are equal. As a bodhisattva, we want to benefit sentient beings, not benefiting yourself. If you benefit yourself, then that's a selfish mind. If you just benefit yourself and not the other beings, then please don't make the bodhisattva vow, because a bodhisattva is not like that. So the bodhisattva vows or precepts are to help sentient beings, to to help
还
them,
要教给他
to
们实
teach
修，
them the right Dharma, to teach them how
让他们
to
身口意清净，
practice
他
and
们
to
烦恼
purify their
才
body,
能解
speech,
掉
and mind, and to eliminate their
而且是利
afflictions.
他为主的，就是菩萨。
So, the
是
ones
利
who
自
stress
己的，
the
就是
benefiting
阿罗汉，
others are the
自己
bodhisattvas.
得到成就，
But those who benefit themselves
跟自己
and
得到
have
成就，
attainments,
是
then
阿罗
that's
汉。
arhats.
再来利他的，就是变成菩萨。
And then when you benefit others, you
很
become a
简单的讲，
bodhisattva.
是这样子。你只修你
That's
自己，
what
不管众生怎么
simply
样，
said.
通通都不管。
If you only practice yourself and you don't care about other sentient
所以
beings
那
at
个就是
all,
阿罗汉嘛，阿罗汉
then
跟菩
that's
萨
the
的差
realm
别
of
就是
Alohan,
这里。
of
那
Arhat.
么菩萨呢，他是以利他为主，利他为
And the
主。
bodhisattva is
像
primarily
我们
to
讲的
benefit
这个
others.
莲华生大士，他也当然是利益众生的。
Like Guru Padmasambhava, of course, is to benefit
那一
sentient
心抽
beings,
感，
primarily
也是
to
利他为
benefit
主，也是
others,
帮助众生。
and Ishichogar
帮助
too,
众生。所以作为一个菩萨，
to
非
help
常害
sentient
众生，
beings.
不会
So
害
as
众
a
生，
bodhisattva, you will
是
never
利益
harm
众生。
or hurt
有时
other
候
sentient
连
beings.
自己本身
Instead,
的
you
生命
benefit
都
sentient
可以牺
beings.
牲掉，
Sometimes you can even forsake your own
这个是
life. This is
那
important.
么烦恼呢？为什么有烦恼呢？
Why
你
do we
自私
have
就会有烦恼。
afflictions? Because you're selfish, that's why you have afflictions.
这求不得，你就产生烦恼；
When you don't get what you
得不
want,
到，你
then
也
you
产生
become
烦恼。
afflicted.
一切烦恼，众生的烦恼。
When you don't
那么除
get
盖
what
障
you
菩
wish
萨最
for,
主要的
you get
就是消
afflicted.
除离
And Wiscambin
离恼
Bodhisattva
离恼离
is
开
the
烦恼。
Vajra who
为什
abandoned
么会有烦恼？
afflictions.
因
Why
为
do
你
we
有
have
执着，
afflictions? Because you have
你有我
attachments.
执，
You have attachment to self.
你有烦恼，
You have
就会产生
afflictions.
烦恼。
Then naturally you
为自
become
己只为
afflicted.
自己，不为别人想，
You only think for yourself and not for others. Then of course you would be afflicted.
你如
You
果
would
是只为
feel
他人想，
troubled. If you only think for
那个
others,
牺牲自己都可以，
then it's okay even if you sacrifice
那
yourself.
就没有烦恼。
That bodhisattvas don't have any affliction.
除盖章菩萨，
Because this bodhisattva is called the Wiscambin Bodhisattva,
烦恼、
the bodhisattva
我
who
执、
eliminates
无明、
afflictions, attachments to self, ignorance, the
就是
five
除
poisons,
盖章菩萨，
and obscurations.
开烦恼就可以。
So that's the bodhisattva who eliminate
像
hindrances and obscurations.
这个
Wiscambin
今天呢，
Bodhisattva.
我看到桌子上少了一样东西，
Like for Grandmaster today, I notice one thing is missing on my desk.
啊，
What is it?
你看少什么东西？可不可以藏在后面？
Could it be at the back?
不知道。你桌上应该准备什么东西呢？
What should be prepared here? Who's in charge of this?
啊？对了。哎，你把水藏起来，害我在找不到。
You're hiding my water and I couldn't find it.
哦，差一点起烦恼心。怎么这桌子上没有水啊？
I almost felt troubled
哦，是保温的。
because there are no water on the desk. Now I know it's behind because it's being kept warm.
这个事实上哦， 很多的事情，在我们这个娑婆世界里面，人因为有烦恼，
In this world, human beings, because they have afflictions,
才会那个。如果你修行到很高的境界，修行到了很高的
if your spiritual cultivation is very high, if you have reached a very high realm, then you will not be afflicted.
像有些弟子这样，师尊，我看你今天呢、心情不太好。
Like some disciples would say, Grandmaster, you're in a bad mood today.
这句话，
This
这句
statement
话对师尊来讲，
for Grandmaster should not be said. This kind of statement should not be said to Grandmaster.
写来一个佛一天要快乐一天。
I have written
每
that
天我都是很
you need to every day, living for the day, you should be happy for the day.
那么当然会担心众生，哦，
Of course, sometimes I'm
担心
worried
所有的人
about the sentient beings and other people.
那
That
是一
is
种
not
担
affliction.
心所有的人。
It's just worrying about
那你
other
讲说，哎，
people,
师尊，
about
我看
all
你今天哦，
people.
那个情绪不好，気持ち悪い。
Or like some people say, you're in a bad mood today.
我每天都喊気持ちいい，对不对？気持
Then
ちいい就是
in Japanese, it's kimochi warui, is in a bad mood. But instead, every day I would say kimochi ii, which means a good mood.
悪い就是
Good.
烦恼。気持ち悪い就是烦恼。
So when you're in a bad mood, kimochi warui in Japanese, that means
每
you're
天喊
being worried, troubled. Every day we say this, I
ごけけろむちょ。
sarangi.
すごい一番。
Hola,
気持ちいい。
mikoteke mucho sugoi,
気
ichiban
持ちいい是
kimochi
什么意
ii.
思？
And what does kimochi ii
很
mean?
舒服，精
Is
神
that you feel good
师尊不会。
and you're in a very
不
good
会
mood.
如果真的有烦恼，
So of course, Grandmaster,
下
never. Even if I have affliction, it's
我们以
only
前的校长叫伊哈，
for a
一下子
split of a
一下下
second.
他念成伊哈子，所以他的外号叫伊哈子，一下子。一下子
Our principal used to say
什么
it
叫一下子？就是
with
说
a different
哎，
intonation, so it became his nickname,
众生很烦恼
Ihatsu.
一下子。
Like just for a split of a second, I would feel that, oh, it's so hard to salvage sentient
因为师
beings.
尊的心呢，
But quickly
是
it's
关照着众
overcome
生
because Grandmaster heart is just
请
about
坐，请坐，你去了
caring
就不送。
for sentient beings. When you come, oh, please come in and have a seat.
你去
But
了
if you
送不送
leave, then
我不会因
okay,
此而起烦恼。
please
你要来
have a
也
good
可以，不来也可以。
leave. It's okay whether you come or not, it's up to you.
一两个字，既然是这样子啊，就是心如
So
水
just very
手
natural.
主宰，意如流水任当塞。
So everything is at will.
翻成国语的，
So the
就是心
mind
如白
is
云
like the white
常
cloud,
自在
very carefree,
任东西。
and the mind is like the
是这
water
样子的。
and just
他每天都勤
flowing
啊
anywhere.
勤么急，哪里有今天？
Everything is natural.
今天不太好，
And every day I would say kimochi ii.
因为那个也是
So there is no such thing that Grandmaster is in a bad
我
mood.
并不
Because
觉得说
anything that happens is just for a split of a second.
并没有，
Nothing is very,
也没有让我太烦恼。
it's very
你
miserable
修
or
行到这样
suffering
子就已经
or
到这个
nothing
境界，
that would make
这个境
me
界就是
very
已
afflicted.
经
So once you reach this kind of realm, then you have reached a realm that you have abandoned the afflictions of the world. There was once a disciple that told Grandmaster, Grandmaster, I'm sorry. I denigrated you so badly with even the worst words. But I said, oh, it's okay. I want to repent. And I said, it's okay. Don't worry. The more you disparage me or denigrate me, it's the happier I'm. Well, I cannot say that because I didn't hear it. I'm not affected. Doesn't matter how evil or vicious you said. I'm not affected at all. Like Yao Zong burned my photo onto the ceramic of his toilet. And then he would pee and poop onto that photo. So his pee would be on my face on that photo. So in his urinal and his toilet. So he used his pee and poop to slap on my photo. So he used that so that I drink pee and eat poop every day. And he even uploaded on the internet the photo of the urinal and toilet. So he wanted to show that he's insulting me. But I'm okay. I'm still happy. I didn't drink any pee and didn't eat any poop. So that's how it is. Doesn't matter. So you need to learn about endurance and patience, which is one of the 6 perfections of bodhisattvahood. But I don't need to endure or tolerate. There's no need because that's quite a hardship. Just be natural. Thank you. So you need to learn from Viscambin Bodhisattva to abandon the afflictions, then let everything be natural. When good things come, there's no need to be overjoyed. In the favorable conditions, shouldn't be too overjoyed, but in the adversity, there's no need to be so upset either. So this is abandoning afflictions. So spiritual cultivators should learn the spirit of this, which is where Viscambin Bodhisattva is greatest at. Let's talk a little bit about Lamdre. protecting oneself against the hindrances to fall into the wisdom side. So hindrances by who? And falling into the faithful actions, falling into spiritual experiences, and what hindrances, when hindrances, hindrances on what, protection on what, toward the outside demon and inner demon. And the inner demon. These are all the titles. And one by one it'll be explained. So below is a summary for those who fall into the wisdom side, as in the verse, up to the celestial demon use the four spiritual awakening as protections. In this there are 5 things: hindrances by who, what hindrances, when, and hindrances on what, and protection on what. The most important thing is up to the celestial demon use the 4 awakening as the protection. What is this celestial demon? That's actually Mahaswara. Mahaswara, heaven. The celestial. That you have reached a very high realm in your spiritual cultivation. That the 6 heavens of the realm of desire is the Mahaswara heaven, and we refer to him as the Mara, Mastara Mara, or celestial demon. Like Ishichogal, when she was practicing in the cave, because her bright radiance was too strong, because through her spiritual cultivation she had light on her body, and because her light was too bright, all the gods and the ghosts around her were bothered by the bright light, so they felt obstructed by it. So they became Mara to attack Ishichogal. And Ishichogal also used the 4 spiritual awakening as her protection. And what are the 4 spiritual awakenings? Many people told Grandmaster when they are meditating, when they were meditating, they felt like they were falling into a very deep hole, kept falling, and then they got really scary. Or when you were meditating, you felt that you were flying into the sky, and you were flying higher and higher, and you started to be terrified. So those were considered a demonic realm. Actually, it's fine, no big deal. When you exit from your meditation, you're still sitting wherever you sat. You did not move from that spot. One time when I was meditating, something happened. This phenomena would make you feel terrified.
有没有？
You know the machine, the
就
grinder,
是
the
把
meat
那个
grinder,
肉
meat
放进去
grinder
以后啊，它
machine.
里面会搅，搅就变成脆
So
肉
you
块，
put
变成很脆的肉，绞
the
肉
meat
机。
into it and
在
then
打
it
坐的
becomes
时候
ground
曾经
meat.
就产生这种现象。
There was one
我自
time
己
when I was
觉
meditating,
得
this
我已经
phenomena
身体已
occurred.
经移到一个绞肉机的前面，而
I
且就
felt
转
that my
进去。
body moved to the
这
front
一
of
转
the
进去，
meat
我们就是
grinder
整个肉
machine
全部都变
and
成脆
move
肉了，
and
连骨
about
头
to
都没有。
enter it, then I would become ground meat without even bones.
这时候你心里会不会感觉到害怕？
Don't you feel scared at that
那时候
moment?
你忘掉你自己呀，你自己
You
觉
have
得
forgotten
你
about
进到绞
yourself
肉机的口啊，要被整个被绞成肉
and
状，
you felt that you
当然会产生恐惧。
were already at the
但是你叫
mouth
醒
of
的时
that
候啊，
meat
圣经
grinder.
里面提到叫醒，就是你突然间之间知道
But about
我是在
this
禅定，
spiritual awakening is all of a
一
sudden
切
you
的影
knew,
响，
you
一
know
切
that
外
you
面
are
的外物
meditating,
都不会影响我。
that any
就像绞
influences,
肉
any
机在前面，
surroundings,
你也无
nothing
所
would
谓。
affect you. Even when the meat grinder is right in front of your eye, it's
我
okay.
还有一个现象，当初的时候
You
提到，
you won't be
你知道
affected.
法国啊，很
There's
多的
another phenomena.
皇后啊，或者是国王啊，
In France, there
法
were
国有一种
many
断头台嘛，
kings and queens that were
上面
being
一个很利的
guillotine,
刀，
guillotine,
对不对？啊，你头
Guillant
伸在那里，头伸在这个
so they have a
或者
very
断
huge
头刀的下面，然后这个刀放下来，咔嚓，
knife,
头就滚下来了。
and
那
then
是法国那个断头台，
and then you put the
头
head
台。
there, and then they let the blade, the really heavy
在打坐
blade,
的时候，
fall down
突
to
然之间
behead
我
the
的头
people,
伸到那个断头
the
台
guillotine.
那里，
And one time when I was meditating, my
利
head
的
is right
锋利的
there,
刀，
and I
结果
saw
当下
that
我
very sharp,
心里会
heavy
不会害怕？
blade that was
但
about
是
to
你要
fall.
叫醒的话，
Wouldn't you be
就
terrified?
知道这个是不过是幻
But
境，
if you awaken,
这
you
个是属于
know
幻境。
that this was just an
观
illusion.
想也会产生
It
灵
was
性的
just
产生
illusory. Even in your visualization, you can
乃
generate
平金鸡
some
叫，
inner
大
demons.
鹏鸡翅鸟，旷野鬼神咒，
The Garuda, the
茶
golden
鬼
winged
子母，
bird,
甘露系
and
虫
all the gods and the ghosts,
也是
the
常常叫。
wandering,
突
and
然
may
间
they
看
be
到大鹏
sprinkled
鸡
with
跑来，
all
哇，
sweet
好大
nectars.
的一只。
And all of a sudden, that can
这
generate
个
the
时候，
demonic realm. And
内
all of a
心
sudden, I
里面
saw a
产生
huge,
我不
the
知这个
golden
锋利的
winged bird,
这个
the Garuda.
的
And
弓
then I had
跟
this
箭，
mind. I
就
used a
像那个
bow
大
and
鹏鸡和
arrow
金翅鸟，
and
它
shot
就是要
it
供养大
against the
鹏鸡上
Garuda.
来，什么
And
变成
then I reminded
变
myself
化
that,
成为
hey, I am
一
about to
个
make
弓，
offering
一
to
个
the
箭，
Garuda. How
射
come
向
now
大
I'm
鹏鸡
holding
翅
the
鸟的
bow and
马首，
arrow and about to
马
shoot
首
toward
哎，
the Garuda and kill
这
it?
个嘎鲁达在飞啊，
The
我变
Garuda
成一
was
个
flying,
这个箭，锋
and
利
I
的箭去射
became
它，
a very sharp arrow to
我
be
在供
shot
养它，
toward
怎么变
the
成
the
我杀了
Garuda.
它？
And
但
yet I
是
was
那个
about to make
魔
offering
干
to
扰
it.
不停，那个内
So,
心内的
but
就
the
化成一
demon,
支
the
大
Mara,
箭，那个
continued to
锋
distract
利的
me,
箭射
to
那个大鹏
influence
鸡翅
me,
鸟，
and I became that sharp arrow being shot
那就变成
toward
杀
the
手。
Garuda.
大
Then
鹏
I
鸡
would
翅鸟，
commit the
旷野鬼
crime
神
of
咒，茶
killing.
鬼祖母，甘露系充满。
So the
本来
Garuda,
是要
the,
供
all
养
the
它，甘露
Yaksa
变
and
成祭祀内
Raksasa
的
and
象，
all the wandering ghosts
就变
and
成大鹏鸡翅鸟
gods,
被我的这个
and may they be
箭
sprinkled
锋
with
利的
sweet
箭把它射
nectars.
中，
I was about to make offering to them,
心
and
生
yet
恐
I was about to
那时
kill
候我
it.
心生恐慌，
So at that time, all of a
那
sudden,
怎么
I
办呢？
became very horrified.
我就转过来反观
And what should have I
我的
done?
弓，
What did I
这
do?
个箭射出去的时候，射一支箭，
when after I already shot the arrow,
它的爪抓住
and
我的带
then
箭，
I think that the Garuda, I thought that the Garuda
那第二只脚
caught
又
the
抓
arrow
住我的第
with
二个，
one of his
好像
claw,
有国徽是大鹏这只鸟抓住两只箭的，有没有？
and then I shot another arrow, and then his other claw caught the other
美
arrow.
国的是
Was there a emblem, a national emblem, where the Garuda were holding two arrows on his
因为
claws?
我看过这个嘛，所以就把它反观想，那个大鹏金翅鸟来抓。
And I've seen that. Is that the
不要
US
这样子
emblem?
想，
So that's why
你
I
不只
counter visualize the Garuda to catch the arrows.
你觉得说这个是属于自己内蒙
So
的
don't be
演化
affected,
出来的，
because you should know that they are just manifested,
你叫醒
the
来
illusions manifested by your own inner
它就没
demons.
有了。
And if you
这
awaken,
个
they're
意思
gone.
就是这样，天子魔智以示
So
教
that's what
授
it meant. So toward or up to the celestial demon or Mahaswara, use the four spiritual awakenings as the protection.
你的
This
光
is
芒
real
已经要离开
in
娑婆世界，
the spiritual
到了进入
cultivation.
很高的境界的时
Your
候，
radiant light was about to leave the Saha world to
小朋友也是
that's
一样
about to reach
你
the
以后
high
就
realm.
是
Then the
天
demons
子
would
魔智过
come.
来考验
The
你，
Mahaswaras
如
would
果
come.
你
The
要
Maharas
有
would
事
come
要行，
to test you or
意
to
思是说
obstruct
你
you.
亲民的
The
智
same
慧
for
去
Sakyamuni
照
Buddha
顾
or
你
Ishichoka. You have to use
保护
the
自己，
clear,
照顾
lucid
这个意思
awakenings
在这里。
to counter them.
一个
That's what it
算
meant
的
here.
的一个小朋友讲，
A fortune teller told a
称
kid,
算小孔明，小朋友
I can be considered the great fortune teller like a
那
Kong
小
Ming.
朋友回答，
I'm like the little
那
Kong
你
Ming.
可以告
So
诉大
anything
家
that you want
今
to
天的
tell?
数学作业吗？
And the kid replied, how about my math homework?
所以这个就很快给它破除掉。
So he quickly
老婆问
broke
老公，老婆说
the fortune telling's
那
trick.
边那个女的好漂亮啊，
The wife asked the husband, oh,
你
that
说
that
我
woman
和
there
她
is really
好
beautiful.
所以大家都
So,
看
hey, what do you say?
就问
Between me
你
and
是
her,
真
who's
话
more
还是
beautiful?
假话？
And the husband asked, do you want to
老
hear
婆
the
讲
truth
真
or
话，
lies?
老公
And
就
the
说
wife said, the
你
truth.
比较好看。
Of course, you're more
老婆
beautiful.
问那假话呢？
And how about
老公
lies?
说
And the
我
husband
什
said,
么都没有看到。
I didn't see anything.
这世界上有很多话，真
There
的
are many
现在有
words
什么真的新闻，
in
还
this
有假的
world.
新闻，有
There
假
are
新闻，
some
有假新闻，
truthful
有假
news and
很
fake
多东西
news and fake
要去
information
盖。
and fake a lot of things.
人呐、就是这样子，你要叫醒，就是说，你
For
必须要
human
用
beings, it's like
清
this.
明的
In
智
order
慧
to be awakened,
去观
is you have to use your lucid
用你自
wisdom
己
to
的智慧
observe. Use your own
叫醒
wisdom,
的智慧
especially the
叫醒的智
awakened
慧就是说
wisdom,
你很清楚明白
which
的智慧
means
去
the
观察
wisdom
这是真的新闻还是假的新闻
that you are very clear
就不
and
用再
lucid
理会了。如果
to
跟你有关
observe
你也不用再理
whether they are true
会
or
对
false. And you
新
should
闻
not,
非常
you should just ignore them rather than being affected by them.
啊过春节的时候啊
Nowadays, the news
我
are
们
like
不是
that.
经常贴一个财字吗？财啊，
You know,
那财也
usually
不一定要
celebrating
签啊，
Chinese
什
New
么财
Year,
源滚滚
we
滚
often
你知
write
道
the
对
Chinese
吗？
character wealth and where should you paste it on?
问这个图腾西地。
So let me ask Tutan Siti.
如果你写一个财字，财源。
If you write the character wealth, where should you paste it on? Now let me test your brain.
贴在财库位。
At the wealth corner. For the wealth rolling in, then it will not roll at the wealth corner. You must have seen this joke before. Did you? Yes. So you paste it on the wheel, then it would roll all the time. So it's let the wealth rolling in. You must have seen this joke, otherwise you would have not been able to answer it. Did you see the joke? No? I know you haven't.
去饭店吃饭，隔壁的美女走过来。
I was eating at the restaurant, and there was a beautiful lady sitting next door, and then hugged Xiaoming and said, "Husband, honey, do you think I'm beautiful today?" And Xiaoming's heart skipped a beat, and oh, is this the start of my romance? Oh yeah, you look beautiful, beautiful. And the lady said, "Well, then, hubby, I have things I have to go. I'm waiting for you at home, okay?" And as Xiaoming looking at her back, walking away, he's wiping off his drool. And at this time, the boss came with the bill and said, "Sir, your wife just spent 3,600. Are you paying together?" So see who's smarter. That beautiful lady is smarter. So sometimes, please don't jump into the setup that people create for you. And she was trying to set that up, like to frame you. And sometimes they have an agenda. So please be careful. You don't want to jump to it. Otherwise, you may have fall onto your face. There's a famous professor being invited to speak at the nudist camp. And just a few seconds even before the speech, he was wondering whether he should wear the suit. Would that be impolite to speak with the suit at the nudist camp when everybody nude? So he finally decided to just become one of them and took off everything and got on stage nude. And then when they opened the curtain, he was about to faint, that all the audience to wear suit to show their respect to the professor. They wear the evening suits and gowns. So at moments like this, you need to use your lucid and bright wisdom to observe, make decision, and protect yourself. So you should have asked the organizer or the host.
到讲台还是穿
Should
西装
I
上讲台？先讲
should I go to the stage nude or with a
让主
suit?
办那他们听众是裸体来听，还
And
是
the
他们穿着
audience,
衣服来听？
whether they would
是
come
要
listening
知道一下子，
nude or with clothes, so you can
有备无
know
患。
ahead of
好，
time.
不然有时候就会
So if you come prepared, then there would be no faults. Otherwise, it could be embarrassing.
Spider-Man 是
Spider-Man
single
is single.
single 啊，Batman 也是 single。Superman 也是 single。我现在知道为什么我会单身，因为
Now
我
I
也是
know
一个
why I'm
超级的
single,
英雄。
because I'm also a superhero.
真的，这个叫做什么？叫做比量，比较，比量啊。
So this is called pramana, comparison.
刚刚讲了，这牙医呀、
Just
我们这里有牙医的这个
dentist. We have a dentist guest here too.
吃糖容易蛀牙，
And many
所
dentists
以要
would
保
say
持哦，他对小孩
you
子
would have cavities if you eat sugar,
小
so
孩子看
please
完牙
have
齿以
less
后呢，牙医说
sugar.
小朋友，
And the
你好
dentist
乖
told
哦，
the
不
kids.
哭来，
And
给你一个
after
棒棒糖。
after he finished seeing a kid
这个就叫
that
矛
was
盾
so good, he said to the kid, "Here, give you a lollipop because you were so good at the dental chair."
最后一个笑话，
This is
据
called
说
contradiction.
年初一
This is
到
the last
15
joke
叫你老婆跪在
from
门
the
口，
Chinese
帮你拿
New
东
Year,
西，
the first day to the
1年内
15th
会有
day.
好运降临。
I heard that if you ask your wife to
传
kneel
言
at
是
the
什么意
front
思？
door,
因
then
为啊，
there would
叫做
be
富贵临门。
wealth and
富
nobility
贵临
coming
门就
in.
是你的太
It's
太
play
跪
of
下
words of Chinese words.
富贵临门。如果
So
单
it
身的
sounds
不
like
想的
the
话，帮我
wife
一
is
试一试。
kneeling at the door. If you don't believe, you can try it.
不可能啦，
That's
这个
impossible.
以前都是先生跪的，没有。就是
Usually, it's
富贵
always the
富贵
husbands
临
who
门，不是
kneel,
富贵临门，是富贵临门。
and husbands also sound the same, 富贵. So, Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛精彩宝贵的法语开
We
示。
are very
现在
grateful
请
to
大家
His
把各
Holiness
制作的椅子叠好，放在楼梯的两旁。
Precious
观
Dharma
点时请大家
teaching.
不要拥挤，也不要紧张，手结除盖藏菩萨手印，细心观想。
And in a moment, there would be
除盖藏
the
合一。
empowerment for the Viscambin Bodhisattva. And during the empowerment, please form the mudra, visualize the deities, and recite the mantra. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.
"恭请法王圣尊莲生我佛为与会大众做除盖藏菩萨法。 请吟诗组准备。请吟诗组准备。还没有接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了，请吟诗组准备。灌顶即将要结束了，还没有接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶。还没有接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。吟诗组请准备。 有没有接受灌顶的同们，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。让我们以最热烈的掌声，感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛慈悲赐受除盖藏菩萨法灌顶。顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印，四平等一气受。恭送真佛宗创办人无上法王圣尊莲生活佛师母莲香上师仁波切及上师团与会大众虔诚合掌，唱诵莲花童子心咒。直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing. More 顶是在山庄大殿，请大家在山庄大殿那边摩顶。请遵照保安人员的安排来摩顶，谢谢大家的合作。